In this set of videos, we're going to tackle some basic rules of editing, as well as how and when to break those rules. In the next few minutes, we'll take a look at the 180 line, the 30-degree rule, axial cuts, jump cuts, and direction shifts. We'll then take a look at steps to ensure your edits are as invisible as possible. And we'll wrap with a few tips on working with an actor's performance, the power of the pause, and the importance of room tone. Probably one of the better-known principles of editing, and indeed filmmaking in general, is known as the 180-degree rule. Since it's critical to capture your footage according to this rule, we cover this in great detail in the Camera Fundamentals video on continuity. But here's a quick summary. When editing together a sequence of shots, all camera angles should appear on the same side of an imaginary line between two characters who are looking at each other. This creates a consistent mental map for the audience, where one character appears at screen left and the other at screen right. Violating this mental map by cutting to a camera across the line will disorient the audience and pull them away from the story because both characters will appear to be looking in the same direction. In the continuity video, we cover methods for shifting the line of interest, namely dollying the camera across the line or pivoting around a character. It's worth noting here, though, that there are several editorial techniques for crossing the line. If you cut to an insert shot and then cut back to a 2-shot or wider, the audience will be ready to accept a new line direction since the association with the previous line has been disrupted. In addition, having a character turn to a third character will establish a new 180-degree line. However, it should be noted that the audience still perceives the previous line established between the two original characters unless somebody moves. So the line of interest limits us to a palette of shots that lie on the same side of that line of interest. But there are also visual rules as to which shots can be adjacent to each other in the timeline. The first of these is usually called the 30-degree rule. According to the 30-degree rule, you should only cut from one shot to another if the second shot is at least a 30-degree rotation from the first, according to where the cameras were placed. Anything less, and the audience perceives the cut as too similar, and the edit feels jarring. The close similarity between the neighboring shots may lead the audience to conclude that a moment in time was edited out of the sequence. That's why this type of edit is referred to as a jump cut. When the difference in camera angle is more generous, the audience understands that we're cutting to get a different perspective on the conversation rather than jumping through time.